Welcome back to Fast Track. I'm Joe Perello. Tommy Teal and I are here with all the sports news that's going to get you through spring break.
That we are, Joe. First off, Purdue men's basketball team began the year with 2 goals in mind: to win the Big Ten title and make it to the Final Four in Indianapolis. This past weekend, they accomplished the first of those 2 goals. Boilers looking for a Big Ten championship, visiting Penn State early in the first. Juwan Johnson puts Purdue on the board. First 2 points for him, first 2 points in the game. Later on, Keaton Grant stops and pops for 3, and the Boilers are rolling at 16-7. Next possession, Grant finds a cutting E'Twaun Moore, who gets up and under for 2. Now 25-19, same spot, same shot, same outcome. Keaton Grant is stealing it from the outside. But clock winding down in the first, Taylor Battle finds David Jackson, who sends the Boilers into the locker room, only up 8. Here in the second, Penn State growing hungry as Taylor Battle cuts the lead to 4. With these 3 of his 17 total points in the game, Moore would tack on 2 here, and he puts this one off the window. And then a little defense turns to offense as Kramer strips David Jackson, and it's 4-1. Kramer drops it back for Juwan Johnson with a huge finish. With Purdue up 9, Lewis Jackson decides to toss up a 3, but no worries, Kelsey Barlow is there for the putback. But the Nittany Lions would put up a fight as Chris Babb hits this one from deep. And then it's Babb again. That's 3 more, and we got ourselves a ball game. Penn State on a roll. Nice position by Andrew Jones, who cuts the lead to 3. No worries, E'Twaun Moore would respond with a little luck off the glass for the triple. Purdue just can't lose these guys as Jeff Brooks throws it down. 4-point game, 32 seconds to go. But the junior would come up big, knocking down the free throws at the end to give the Boilers a 64-60 win, a share of the Big Ten title, which is their first since 1996.
Normally, someone finishes their college career in 4 years, but 6 years? Purdue's linebacker Jason Werner was recently granted a 6th year of eligibility for the 2010 football season. Sarah Wortman talks to Werner about his upcoming 6th season.
Purdue football got the news that they had been hoping for. Linebacker Jason Werner received 6-year eligibility from the NCAA. I caught up with Werner to talk about the process.
Well, after this past season, our 5th season, or my 5th season, the coaches let me know that I was eligible to go ahead and try to apply for the 6th year, and I checked out and see what I really needed to do for it, and I went ahead and got with the right people as far within the football administration. They went ahead and helped me put the paperwork together, and then it was just pretty much mailing it in and wait for a response from the NCAA.
Though it's the offseason, Purdue football has been hard at work. Jason told me a little about their conditioning schedule.
Well, we've already been going at it. As soon as we really got back from the Christmas break and get back in the 2nd semester, it's pretty much been conditioning and lifting hardcore ever since. We're just finishing up the 4th week of our 6 a.m. early morning workouts and going right into spring ball as soon as we get back from spring break. So we're really looking to hit spring ball hard and get the ground running so we go into summer well prepared.
Though he's excited to be playing another season, he is also thrilled to be coached by Danny Hope again.
Very much so. Being coached by Coach Hope was definitely a very exciting experience. He's a great coach, great motivator. He cares a lot about all the players, and he cares more about winning most than anybody I've ever met. So it's a fantastic opportunity for me. I've always said last year if I had the chance I would love to play for him another year. He's a great guy, and I'm really looking forward to playing again.
Reporting from the outside of Mackey Arena, this is Sarah Wortman with Fast Track News.
Now let's go to Caitlin and Sarah for our sports roundup and see how the other sports teams held up this past week.
Welcome to this week's Sports Roundup. I'm Sarah Wortman.
And I'm Caitlin Blackburn. The women's basketball team was eliminated from the Big Ten tournament this past weekend by falling to Wisconsin 73-51 in the quarterfinals. Coach Versup and the rest of the team will now have to play the waiting game to see if their season will continue. Purdue finished the season 15-15 and has a chance to play in the WNIT if all 4 Big Ten teams seated ahead of them are selected to play in the NCAA tournament. Be sure to check out PurdueSports.com for updates.
The men's tennis team moved to 60th in college tennis rankings, the highest the team has been all season. The team is 7-4 for the overall season and has been in the top 75 in rankings for 3 consecutive weeks. This weekend they will wrap up their 3rd road match at Ohio State and be back at Purdue next weekend facing Western Illinois.
Purdue's baseball team is off to a slow start as they fell to Southern Illinois this past weekend, losing from the 3-game series. This puts the Boilers at 1-7. The team will look to rebound as they travel to Evansville this weekend.
The Purdue softball team is headed to California for their spring break. The Lady Boilers will first compete in the Long Beach Invitational that is set to kick off this weekend, where they will face Notre Dame on Sunday. Then Purdue will head to the Fullerton to compete in the Judy Garman Classic and will be matched up against the #1 team, Washington.
That's it for this week's Sports Roundup. Let's give another congratulations to the men's basketball team for bringing home the Big Ten title this past weekend.
Now back to the studio with Tommy and Joe.
All right, Shadia. Now, am I bringing my sunscreen or my sweater with me to Florida next week?
Good day, everyone. Shadia Sanders here with your National Outlook. This week we're going to be talking about their spring break coming up and the possibility of rain showers during the week. So we'll start out with your weekend watch, and as you can see, if you're heading out to the West Coast, not too much chance of rain out there until later on in the week. But for this weekend, if you're going to be staying around the Lafayette area, there is a chance of some rain. And for most of the East Coast, you can see this green area, the possibility of precipitation. As we move into Sunday, we can see how that changes. Sticks around the East Coast area, but we can see that in southern Florida, it gets a little bit heavier. So the possibility of flash floods is possible for those of you who are going down to Florida, and those of you staying in the Lafayette area and in the Midwest, that chance of precipitation continues. Now, in terms of temperatures, here's what we're looking at. Out in the West Coast, if you're heading out to Los Angeles, California, 64 is the high for Saturday. Partly cloudy for there, but mostly sunny in most parts of the West Coast. Now, if we're looking into the Midwest, here in Lafayette, high of 54 degrees with that possibility of rain showers, and down in Florida, high of 77 in Miami with that spotty chance of rain coming through the sunshine. So for the lows, we'll see temperatures cool down as we would expect. 55 down in Miami, 41 here in Lafayette, and if you're out in the West Coast, 47 degrees. Now for Sunday, we've got similar conditions, high of 51 again in West Lafayette, and that chance of rain continues again for the Midwest and the parts of the East Coast. So in between that sunshine down in Miami with 76, you have that chance of precipitation to those heavy rains. Now what we're going to be looking at for the evening is a low of 40 here in Lafayette, 56 down in Miami, and out in the West Coast, 51. Now, spring break is usually a pretty good time, but last week for those other colleges who were doing spring break, there was a possibility of tornadoes, and tornadoes come from severe thunderstorms. Now, how thunderstorms develop is basically you have humid, moist air coming in from one side, and then it mixes with that cold air, and that mix causes the warm air to move upward, create some convergence, and you've got a lot of thunderstorms and a lot of convection there. And with that convection and those severe thunderstorms, you have the possibility of tornadoes. Now, this could happen in this area where you see this warm, moist air mixing in with the drier air, and that's where we have a possibility of tornadoes in the Texas and Oklahoma area. Now, what you're seeing now is some footage of the Oklahoma tornado that happened last week, and they had some very interesting footage there. So that's all for this week's National Outlook. Back to the studio.
When we come back, Caitlin Blackburn takes us to the Harry Potter exhibit.
And Nadine and Caitlin will have all the upcoming spring break events with our community calendar when we return.
How many of this is your first time today? Awesome, awesome. Keep pushing it, keep pushing it. Give yourself a round of applause. Great class today. Hope you guys enjoyed it.